So you call today's decision a huge victory.
Absolutely. This is a huge victory, and it's great news for hundreds of gay couples, both men and women, one of which is an Israeli citizen and the other is a foreign citizen. Up till now, they were seriously discriminated against straight couples in the same situation exactly, where straight couples who have a foreign spouse, it took them up to 4 years to gain full Israeli citizenship. For gay couples, this used to take up to 7 years, and they didn't always end the process with full citizenship, but usually only with permanent residence.
And Udi, how does this affect the children of gay couples?
The children are also impacted in a very serious way. We have a situation in real life right now where a couple of men went through a surrogacy process abroad because Israel bans surrogacy in Israel for gay couples. They came back with the 2 children, which was a difficult process in and of itself. And at the end of the process, only one of the children was granted full Israeli citizenship, the one who is biologically related to the Israeli citizen. The other child, who was born from the same twin pregnancy, they go to the same kindergarten, they share the 2 same fathers, but because the other child is only related to the non-Israeli citizen, he only has a temporary citizenship in Israel and not a full Israeli citizenship. So it's a ridiculous situation.
Indeed. I hope this is something that the media is very much picking up on. Tell us about the challenges you faced when submitting this petition.
Well, as chairman of the Association of Israeli Gay Fathers, we're looking at the full spectrum of discriminations against gay families and specifically gay fathers in Israel. A few to mention, while surrogacy has been legal in Israel for the last 20 years for straight couples, gay fathers, single fathers, and even single women are not allowed to get the assistance of surrogacy in Israel. So that's something that we're out to change. And next month, we have a very important hearing on that petition. Adoption is another area where we're constantly discriminated in. Gay families are not allowed to adopt children in Israel if they're not related to them before the adoption process. So we have a hearing on that in a couple of months, and we hope for a favorable ruling on that as well. And so today's important victory, I hope, is one of many to come. We're set to change and correct all those discriminations within the law and society, whether the state comes to its senses and gives us what we're looking for in the name of justice and equality, or the courts will do our work for us.
How advanced would you say Israel is when it comes to gay rights, and what are the main obstacles that still lie ahead?
Well, I think that's a great question. It depends on your point of reference, both geographically and in the timeline. So 20 years ago, Israel maybe was considered a gay heaven as far as gay rights. We had a few good rulings here, although most of the rulings in the gay history or the LGBT history in Israel were granted by the courts, not by the lawmaker. I think if we look today to the Western world, namely to Canada, United States, and parts of Western Europe, we're falling behind, seriously. Gay marriage has been legalized throughout Canada and United States and several European countries for years now. Adoption and surrogacy for gay singles and couples has been legal in many countries for years now. And Israel is seriously falling behind. So I think many of our officials and ministers touting how wonderful life here is for LGBTs, that's only if you compare us to maybe African countries where things are definitely a lot worse, or other Middle Eastern countries where things are definitely a lot worse. But that's not my point of reference. That's not where I want to be today.
And would you single out in any way Tel Aviv, which is the capital of gay rights and gay citizens, maybe of the Middle East, or maybe one of the capitals of the world, as it attracts thousands of tourists every year for Gay Pride Week and the Gay Pride Parade? Where would you put Tel Aviv in all of this?
Well, absolutely. I think that not because of, but despite of everything else going on in Israel, and despite the official policies coming from our lawmakers, which is very anti-gay, there's no other way of looking at it. In recent years, Tel Aviv has become a legitimate gay capital as far as gay culture, gay society. I myself have traveled to London, Paris, New York, you name it, Berlin, and I can definitely say that Tel Aviv stands right there next to the best of them. So as far as cultural life, you know, we have a film festival. We have parties every night. You can see gay families with their twin strollers on Rothschild Boulevard. It's a common thing you see every day now. But you'll also see that when people talk about Tel Aviv abroad, even in official Ministry of Tourism campaigns abroad, they'll talk about Tel Aviv without mentioning the word Israel in it, because Israel is not associated with liberalism, with pluralism, and with basically letting people lead their lives. So I'm hoping for the day where a couple of men or a couple of women can walk safely any place in Israel, in the north of Israel, in the south of Israel, not only in Tel Aviv, whether they're with children or not, and we need to fix this.
Hopefully Tel Aviv and Israel will be aligned, and sooner than later. Udi Ledergur, thank you so much.